Hi there, it's William Oliver here, author of the book Law of Focus for Golfers, The Science of Lowering Your Handicap. And I have the training book here at the driving range with me in Kelowna, British Columbia. And I'm at the beautiful Golf Foundry driving range here on the putting green. And I brought the book with me so that I can refer to it as I'm here going through this putting drill, as well as I brought the training program. And as you may already know, I'm the creator of the Law of Focus training program. So I actually have the manual here with me right now, and I'm going to flip to the focused pre-putt routine. Okay, so I'm on that so that I can go through the pre-putt routine, but then I can refer to that as I'm going through to make sure that I'm doing it properly, because it's so important that we go through the steps that I'm about to show you, one step at a time, and that we do it all properly. Okay? So a lot of people really struggle with putting. It's a part of the game that's very challenging. It's also a part of the game that we can save a lot of strokes. So the routine that I'm about to show you, the real purpose behind it is not to make every single putt. That's not the reason why you go through it. The reason why you go through it is to increase the likelihood that you will make more putts, as well as you'll get putts closer to the hole, so you don't have any of those three putts on greens, okay? So here we go. We're going to go through the pre-putt routine, and I'm going to walk you through it step by step. This video will probably be about 20 to 30 minutes long, so just hang in there and follow along with what I'm going through. So what we have here is we have about a 10-foot putt. It's a little bit uphill. It's 10 feet, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to imagine that I just got here on the green. The first thing that I want to do is I want to mark my ball and line it up in the direction to the hole that I believe it's going to go, okay? So I'm going to mark it. Then what most golfers would do is they'd pick up their ball and they would actually just go ahead and they'd putt. What we want to do is we want to go through step one of the pre-putt routine. And step number one is to analyze the putt. So in order to analyze the putt, what I must do on every putt, and I usually say it's when the putt's within about 40 feet, we want to walk all the way past the hole, okay? So with this putt's 10 feet, I'm going to walk all the way past the hole, and I'm actually going to read the putt from the other side. Now, as I'm going through the process of walking past the hole, my brain is starting to analyze the putt. So it's starting to pick up that it's uphill, that it's about an inch left to right, okay? And so then I'm going to go and I'm going to kneel down from the opposite side, and I'm really going to take some time to read this putt. Perfect. So I got the read. I know exactly how it's breaking. I'm pretty confident. So now I'm going to walk back to my ball. And as I'm walking back, I'm going to look at the green and see if there's any other break or any other indication of any break. Okay? But I've got back down. I've gone through and I've analyzed the putt. Okay? Now I'm going to pick up my marker, and I know my ball is pointed right at my intended target of where I want to hit it. So I've gone through, I've done the analytical test. The second step that I want to do, as I'm standing behind the ball, what I want to do is I want to make sure that my grip pressure on the putter is really loose and relaxed. And the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to stand behind the ball, and I'm going to breathe in for 3 seconds through my nose and out for 3 seconds through my mouth. Okay? And I'm going to work on really getting my grip pressure to be nice, loose, and relaxed. So that's my whole focus right now, is to get my grip pressure nice, loose, and relaxed. Okay? So we take a couple deep breaths. Right when we got our grip pressure nice, loose, and relaxed, we're going to go through the third step in the pre-putt routine, and that is the emotional step. Okay? Now what you find is that if you're going through this routine, you find that almost every golfer that I work with, they all have what I call a pre-putt anchor. Okay? Now for myself, I just hold up my putter with one hand, and what that does is it indicates to my mind that, hey, I'm in the zone right now. I'm ready to make this putt. Because what I tell every golfer that I work with is that there is no point in stepping up into the putt until we are totally confident and committed in the read that we've made, and that we can make the putt. Okay? So I never step up until I'm totally confident and totally committed. But right when I am, and I've gone and I've set off that anchor, okay? And for me, it's just holding the putter up with one hand. Right when I've set that off, I will get ready to step up into the ball. and I step up into the ball, and step number 5 here is to go through and get our alignment right, okay? So I want to make sure that my feet, my knees, my hips, my shoulders, they're all aligned at where I believe the ball is going to go and along the break line. So I don't want to, if the putt's going to break, say, 2 feet left, well, I don't want to be aiming right at the hole. I got to aim 2 feet right of the hole so that it breaks in. So right here I only have about an inch break, so I'm going to aim just right of the hole, about an inch, okay? So right when I get my alignment right, then I can take a couple practice strokes. And when I'm going through taking my practice strokes, what I use is a simple mantra. And my mantra is just completely trust and commit to hitting this putt. I'll say that again. It's completely trust and commit to this putt, okay? And what that mantra does is it helps us to get any sort of negative thoughts or images that may surface in our mind as we're going through the pre-putt routine. It's going to get those thoughts and images to stay out of our mind, okay? Because our conscious mind can really only focus on about one thought at a time, one predominant thought. So if we're saying our mantra, then no other negative thoughts can get in, okay? So I usually say my mantra twice, and then as I get over the ball, I will ask myself 2 questions. The first question, what is my target, okay? And my target is not going to be the line that I'm going on, but it's going to be some target at the back of the cup. So for me, it's going to be the back left-hand side of the cup. And the reason is, you know, some instructors would say, try to hit the ball about a foot or 2 feet or 3 feet past the hole, okay? That doesn't really make sense, because the way that our brain works best is it works best when we pick a precise target. So if we tell our brain that we want to hit it 2 to 3 feet past the hole, then in fact what we're doing is we're telling our brain that we don't actually want to make the putt, okay? If we tell our brain that we want to hit the ball to the back edge of the cup, and this time for me it's the back left corner, then what we're telling our brain is that we want to make this putt. And it doesn't matter how far away you are from the hole, you want to go through the process of focusing on making every single putt. So if you've gotten in that position where you say to yourself, I just want to 2-putt this, I'm just going to lag it up to the hole, get rid of that garbage. We want to make every single putt, okay? So this one, I'm going to pick the back left corner of the hole. I'm going to say, what is my target? And then I'll affirm it to myself. It's the back left corner. Then I'll say, what is my target? And I'll affirm it to myself again. It's back left corner. And then the final thing that I want to do is after I hit my putt, I want to keep my head down, focused on the ground where I was putting the ball from. Okay? So it looks like this. Okay? So that's what the putt would look like. And as you can tell, I kept my head down over the putt. Okay? I finish my stroke, and then I lift my whole body up straight and look to see where the ball went. Now what you'll also notice with this pre-putt routine is there's an exercise to go through. And as you're going through the exercise, what you want to do is you want to go through that pre-putt routine exactly the way that I showed it to you, and you want to hit 30 balls. But here's the key. You want to make sure that each putt that you take is from a different location. And the reason being is that you want to get used to going back, hitting the putt from both sides, okay? And then going through your whole routine exactly the way that I showed it to you in this video. So I'll tell you, if you go through that routine exactly the way that I've showed it to you, I guarantee that your putting is going to improve. Because this routine is designed specifically to help you improve your putting and improve the likelihood that you'll make more putts. Alright, so have fun going through this routine. As always, if you want more routines like this, training drills, information, audio programs, whatever it may be, you can find that information on the Golf Attractors website at www.golfattractors.com. If you've purchased the Law of Focus training program, then I look forward to seeing you in a number of the other training routines and training videos. And as always, play with passion and focus, and I'll talk to you soon.